Why did I go out west? Better question is, why didn't I stay? There's so much out west. Gosh, there's all sorts of religious freedom for starters. All kinds of religion going on out west. We got, Catholics, Mormons, Christians, Mormons. Did I say Mormons? Geez, there's so many of them. But we got so many kinds of religion out here, it's wild. I actually made up my own religion, you see? So I came out west to practice it without being yelled at.
I moved west because of the land, both the land and the gold. But the government has this policy, you see, where they give you a whole bunch of land, so as long as you agree to farm it for a couple of years. So I got this whole big farm to myself now. But the gold, let me tell you, there's so much gold out here. I ain't found it any yet, but, they say there's a bunch out here. Out in California, they call it the gold rush.
Oh, the gold. Forgot about the gold. Yeah, I definitely came for the gold. Religion's great and all, but the gold.
I, for one, came to escape all the overpopulation. You see, I got 13 kids, and they take up a mighty big amount of space. So I talked to my husband, you see, and we decided to up and move out west. It's getting awfully crowded over in Maryland, so we packed up, we went out west. Things just went so great up in those other states. So we're hoping to get some space and escape from everyone.
How did they convince me to move out here? The government. They sort of painted this nice little picture. We were all a little suspicious, We were all sitting in our little houses, and all of a sudden they telling us to move out west, and we're like, can we do that? Is that okay? I've heard about these Indians whatnot living out here, but the government told us it was A-okay. They told us it was God's will for us to move out west, and heck, I ain't one to argue with God.
There's all these advertisements just absolutely everywhere. You can't walk a block without seeing 20 of them. They're saying move west and California gold rush and better opportunities and whatnot. The government keeps telling us all about manifest destiny, and we keep seeing this one picture pop up. This one, right here, telling us it's God's will and we better do it. So heck, we believe them.
Like I said, I got my own religion, so I wasn't too sure about this whole God says so bit, but it was all the government. They said it was okay. Heck, they encouraged us to move out here. They made this ordinance, I believe it's called, way back in 1785, before my time, called it the Land Ordinance of 1785. And what they did was they surveyed all the land and they'd mark in and sell it in big old 160-acre chunks. They kept going and going, advertising, moving west, left, and right. They made this other thing a couple years back in 1862 called the Homestead Act, where they just gave you a whole 160 acres for free if you promised to farm it for 5 years. Of course, then you gotta buy it, but 5 whole years of free land sounds mighty fine to me.
This westward expansion is not good at all. They moved us off our land. We've been here hundreds of years. They tell us it's their land, we have to go. It all started with Andrew Jackson, who passed the Indian Removal Act of 1830. This made it legal for us to have to move west of the Mississippi River. Then, of course, the Trade and Intercourse Act of 1834 created land we had to move to. Then came the Trail of Tears.
The Trail of Tears was awful. We moved from North Carolina, Georgia, wherever we may have been, and they marched us Cherokees hundreds of miles to Oklahoma, where we were allowed to be. There used to be 16,000 of us when the journey began. We've got maybe 4,000 left, if that.
At the end of the Mexican-American War in 1848, we were promised citizenship and land. But then westward expansion began. I took the offer, moved to California. They called us Californios. The white men came in and stole our land. The government protected them. They said it was legal. They could just take it. So we were downgraded to the worst jobs and the worst out west.
My buddy, John, was a Chinese American. He faced the same awful conditions as any other immigrant. He was an outcast and his land was taken over by everyone moving out west. He faced an awful fate. In 1885, some horrible anti-Chinese groups in Rock Springs, Wyoming killed over 24 immigrants. He was one of them.
Yes, but the white man. Los niños blancos no me gusta tan mucho, pero todas las personas que estaba haciendo no me gustan a nada. Sí, y todos son como Liam. Liam, mi amiga Liam, no es buena. Es una niña, Liam. Ay, todos, no me gusta.
Finally, the government passed the Chinese Exclusion Act in 1882. Racial discrimination became the law, and immigration was outlawed. Sure, maybe westward expansion was great for the new settlers, but for everyone else, not so much.